Hello, Saad. Well done writing these new essays. Let's get right into your video correction, okay? Okay, traditional schooling, and then there are two questions. Are there alternatives? And is traditional education doing more harm than good? Okay, let's see what you had to say about this. Okay. Whether the traditional education system needs to be changed or not is a sensitive issue. I think the traditional schooling system requires immediate changes, and its disadvantages far outnumber the upsides. This essay will discuss both views without the, and use examples from the mid-19th century and Cambridge University research. There are several alternatives to consider. To be considered for the current education system. Firstly, if children would be allowed to study the subjects of their own interest, it would be a dramatic human development because it enables them to develop their own ideas. Furthermore, instead of teaching the prescribed syllabus, schools should focus on enhancing self-learning capabilities and discovering talent so that students could be creative. For instance, there's no A in front of research because it's uncountable, okay? So, for instance, recent research by Cambridge University without the reflects that if the schooling system focuses on discovering talents, there would be significant progress in the future. Consequently, I think the traditional system should be changed. Okay, let's see. Okay. However, there are myriad issues in the current education system. The main one is that it is based on the current curriculum, which throttles children's creativity. Consequently, they are unable to utilize the potential to achieve goals. Another reason is that this system was introduced after World War II to empower nations with skills required for development. However, the world has been changed. I would have just said the world has changed. It requires creativity and natural talents for development. Consider an example. From post-World War II, there was no syllabus, there was no syllabus to follow in schools, and we had scientists, plural, like Newton and Einstein. Therefore, I think the traditional education system has some disadvantages. Okay, I'm a little confused here. Let me see. Okay, up to here it makes sense. Into development. Okay, now the world needs this. There was no syllabus. Okay. It's not really the clearest paragraph I've ever read in my life. You seem to kind of, there's not like a clear progression in your ideas, and so that's what kind of confused me, and I kind of looked at it like 5 times. So, I mean, yeah, it's just not really totally clear. Like I said, there's not a clear progression. I feel like you're kind of jumping around in your ideas, and so I would have liked you to have a more linear argument. All right, so moving on. In conclusion, I believe that immediate changes are required in this current system, yet the alternatives should be analyzed carefully as our future depends on it. Given the situation, the world should think about implementing the new educational setup according to current circumstances. Okay, I like that last paragraph. Now let's take a look at your letter. What is this? Okay, this is the restaurant one. So, dear Sir, Madam, my family and I had dinner at your restaurant on Sunday, 5th of May. I'm writing to you to complain about the service and food. Firstly, although I reserved a table, you don't want to say have reserved. Although I reserved a table in advance, we were provided a table at the back of the restaurant near the toilet. It was very noisy and unpleasant over there. Secondly, the service before and after the meal was bad. Here you wanted a semicolon. Waiters kept us, K-E-P-T, us waiting for hours to be served, and one of the waiters, S, spilt soup on my shirt. Upon complaining, he insulted me. In general, the staff were rude and careless. Finally, even though your restaurant has a well-known reputation, the food was mediocre. The vegetables were overcooked, dessert was stale, with a T here, and the steak was hard. Oh, by the way, dessert is with 2 S's. My children and I had a stomach ache that night after eating at your restaurant. I think we should be compensated, and I would like to ask you for A, full refund of the dinner cost, I wait your prompt response. Thank you in advance. Yours faithfully. Fine. Don't forget the comma here. It's lovely. All right, there were some little mistakes, but nothing too tragic. So keep on writing. Good work with this. I want to see more of your essays. So keep on writing, and I will be waiting for more of these from you.